If you happen to live in the flatlands and still want to improve your ability to climb slopes and, to a lesser extent, descend slopes, then treadmill workouts are going to help you. Or, if you can't get to the mountains quite as often as you want to, like me, then workouts like this are going to make your next hike easier and more enjoyable and keep you at least closer to the level of fitness you'd want to be at, if not improving. This is a simple progression workout that you can do using either a backpack or weighted vest, setting the treadmill on its highest slope or close to it, and incorporating normal and backwards walking to train yourself to ascend and descend slopes. I should say here, as I've said in some of my other videos, that the best training for hiking is hiking. But for those of us who aren't professional hikers and who live in the real world, it's workouts like this that will help us prepare for when we do finally get out to the mountains. So here's what I usually do for this workout. I set the treadmill to its highest slope, which unfortunately for me is only 12%. I start out at a very slow pace, in this case 1.2 miles per hour. I do this because I warm up as part of the workout. So I just get on the treadmill and begin, and that is my warm up. And you always want to warm up, so start slowly. I walk forward for 1 minute, and then I turn around and walk backwards for 1 minute. I count my steps when I'm walking backwards, and I know approximately how many steps at whatever speed I'm going at it will take me to get 1 minute. So at 1.2 miles per hour, I do about 110 steps in 1 minute. After my approximate minute, I turn back around and increase the speed by 0.1 miles per hour, sometimes by 0.2. I then walk for a minute forward, then I turn around, walk backwards for a minute again, then turn back around, increase the speed, and then keep repeating that. So I keep increasing the speed until my backwards walking turns into almost a struggle to maintain without jogging. Once I reach that point with my backwards walking, I'll decrease the speed and cool down with a mix of forward and more backwards walking. In this case, I'm using 18 pounds in the vest, which is pretty close to my normal backpack weight, and I think I made it to around 3.2 or 3.4 miles per hour on this workout. Now, you may wonder how this type of workout will help condition you to go down slopes, and the answer is in the backwards walking. Yes, at least partially, training walking backwards up a slope will make you stronger for when you actually descend real slopes. Obviously, if you want the best form of conditioning for descending slopes, you have to do just that, descend real slopes. However, pushing yourself backwards up a slope is conditioning the muscles concentrically, or the contracting phase of muscle movement. You are lifting the weight against gravity. So when you're walking backwards up a slope on the treadmill, you're training the same movement pattern, just in the opposite way, or opposite of the eccentric phase, which is when the muscle lengthens while gravity is working to lengthen it. In other words, it's slowing down gravity, or kind of controlling gravity's force on the body. So if you trained descending slopes naturally, you'd 100% train in the way you wanted to get better at descending slopes. Walking backwards up a slope will train at maybe 25 to 50%, and that's my guess. It could be even lower, and I'd say it's probably not higher than that. If there are any studies out there that would confirm my estimated percentage of carryover, I have not found them yet. They may be out there, but they're probably pretty rare if they are. So that's just my guess, but it's definitely not going to be 100% for sure, and it's definitely not going to be 0%. At any rate, though, you'll get some benefit doing it, and if you don't have any hills to train on, then walking backwards up a slope on a treadmill will still help you train for when you actually have to descend a real slope. Treadmill workouts can be more monotonous or boring, but using this forward-backwards progression workout will help to minimize that, and you may even find it fun. I know I enjoy these workouts, and it helps that I count my steps going backwards, which seems to pass the time faster. It helps that I switch frequently, so going from forwards to backwards every minute. And it helps that I have the challenge of getting through an intense minute during a harder backwards phase. And obviously, there are a lot of ways to put more variety into this workout. This progression is still relatively light training, starting at these lower speeds, but it does become pretty intense, and it still will be challenging. If you've never walked backwards before though, especially with weight and going up a slope, then practice walking backwards at least a few times before doing this workout. Or just keep the workout a lot less intense and don't go close to your maximum capabilities at first. Well, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and hopefully your next hike is soon, and hopefully it's a good one. Thank you for watching.